The Blue Lagoon. And after the recent appearance of the newest film, The Blue Lagoon, The Awakening, I decided to kind of revisit this classical series and then came across The Blue Lagoon and actually decided to read the novel after realizing how great of a tragic story The Blue Lagoon, the original one, is. I'm not going to talk too much about the movies, but I will say that The Awakening, other than the great cast, the storyline was pretty terrible, and the original, The Blue Lagoon, the storyline was brilliant. It was tragic. It was just so much more. But we'll talk about the book, of course. The Blue Lagoon by Henry Devore Strackpool was written in 1906, and it's a very early and classical novel. Here's what we think the book was really about in our own words. When a ship carrying 2 kids and numerous adults to cities beyond the South Pacific catches on fire, the survivors are forced to separate into small safety boats. In the chaos and fire, 2 children are separated from their guardian. Instead, they float in the boat with a drunken sailor called Patty. And when a sea storm brings the trio into the shores of a strange island, they build camp and try to survive. As the days stretch into years, innocence turns to romance and tragic loss. What I liked was the story was really realistic and was combined aspects of Titanic, Romeo and Juliet, and Adam and Eve. And the development of how these kids grow up on an island isolated from society is captivating. I was connected emotionally with the humor and the star-crossed romance that soon delivers and develops. And there's also, the Romeo and Juliet style love, time, and sacrifice are all themes that are taught and themes that saying that nothing is really going to last eternally. It's really valuable to anybody. What I disliked was the ending, but that's because I felt like, it's a Romeo and Juliet style tragedy, so it's not gonna, it's gonna be sad because we all connect so well with these kids, especially since we actually see these characters grow up through time, and that's the hardest when you see someone and feel like you really understand them, and then suddenly something happens. I wanted happiness for the characters. That felt so realistic. It's definitely for fans of romance. It's a classic. It's for adventure. It's for mystery. It's for tragedy, humor, comical classics. And example would be, again, Titanic and Romeo and Juliet. The Blue Lagoon by Henry Devore Strackpool in 1906. It receives an A+. Please read our full review of the actual book on our website. This is a poster of the movie because the book is a pretty plain blue cover, and probably a lot of people are going to be interested after seeing the movies. Thank you for watching.